I've been music education division here at Catholic University, and I just would like to begin by welcoming you and saying how thrilled I am to see such a large group here and a large group up here. This Catholic University High School Honor Band has become quite a wonderful tradition here. We're celebrating our 5th year, and that tradition, his 5th year tradition continues, as Dean Wagstaff indicated, as we join in celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Benjamin T. Roane School of Music. We've been delighted to have these 113 high school musicians from Catholic high schools from around the region join us today in all-day rehearsals, clinics, and the concert this evening, and they've just been a terrific delight to work with all day. I appreciate that very much. This year's concert features a commissioned work written especially for this honor band in honor of the school's golden anniversary. The work has been created by well-known and respected composer, Mr. Chuck Elledge. Mr. Elledge received his Bachelor of Music degree in Theory and Composition from the University of Minnesota. Currently, Mr. Elledge holds a position as Instrumental Music Editor at the Neil A. Chose Music Company. He's an active freelance performer and arranger, and also, important note, a father of a current School of Music senior. I think you'll meet her a little bit later. Mr. Elledge has taken a very thoughtful approach to his commission, a project aptly considering both music and faith-based themes for his Catholic University School of Music anniversary work. Mr. Elledge has flown in from San Diego to be with us this evening, and I'd like to take this opportunity, first of all, to thank you very much for the careful and wonderful work you've done. And I've invited him to share a few comments about his work. Mr. Elledge, please join me.
It's a great honor to be here with all of you, and I want to thank Professor Samantha Mitchell, Dean Wagstaff for this incredible honor, and for supporting all these students and allowing this event to happen. This is really rare for the university to be able to have an event like this with so many talented students coming in from so many different schools. And these students have been just absolutely outstanding all day. It's really been a privilege to hear them work and watch them work, and you know, to take on a commission that's never been performed before this morning. They're the very first people to ever make this music before today and perform. And that's a very daunting thing for anyone, and I just want to congratulate them again and thank them. And I want to give them I also want to thank all you for being here to support them and to support Catholic University on this momentous occasion. I know it's appreciated by everyone here, so thank you. So about the piece, it's based on a theme that I think a lot of you will recognize. It was written in 1864 by a composer named Samuel Wesley, and it's a tune entitled Aurelia. And I think maybe the best thing is for you to just hear the piece, and I think a lot of you are going to recognize this tune. Listen for snippets of that theme that come throughout the piece, and also listen for that theme in a 3/4 valse type setting. And that's very intentional because I did want to capture our faith in the Trinity. And so I wanted to try to get that idea of 3 throughout this piece. There's all sorts of little snippets of 3s in the piece, triplets if you're musically inclined. But listen for that theme in 3. There's a very active triangle part in the percussion section that again is intentionally added to represent the Trinity. But that's only part of the story of the song, because a lot of you are probably thinking, I've heard that song in church or sung it somewhere along the way. And that's because in 1866, a Reverend Samuel Stone in England wrote a literary work called Lyra Fidelum, 12 hymns on the 12 articles of the Apostles' Creed. And at that time, there was some unorthodox teaching taking place down in South Africa. And in response to that, he wrote this series of hymns, if you will, that were designed to help his congregation better understand the Apostles' Creed in more layman's terms. And the ninth of those was based on the part of the Apostles' Creed where they talk about the Holy Catholic Church and the communion of saints. And that is called the Church's One Foundation. And so a couple years later, that poem, that text, was married with the tune you just heard, and that became the piece that we're all familiar with, which is ultimately the basis of the composition, which we're going to hear in a second. And I'd like to invite my daughter, who's a senior musical theater major here at the Catholic University of America, and also a theology minor, Nikki Elledge. She's going to sing it with the band so you can have a full sense of the tune. But that first verse is only part of the story of the song, because it goes on in later verses, which we're less familiar with, to talk about the toil, the trials, the tribulation that the church was facing at that time. And really the toil, the trial, the tribulation that the church faces in every age. And I was looking up at the crucifix up there, and that is the perfect reminder of what we all face in our lives. There is trial, there is tribulation, there is darkness, there is sin. But ultimately, the final verses of this piece, of Samuel Stone's piece, talk about that that's always overcome by light, by God, by the Trinity, by song, by joy, and by the resurrection. And so I want to leave you with that, and that's where the title Fundamentum, Deus Lux Mea Est, comes from. That God is always our light. That's the motto of Catholic University, and God is our foundation. And so I hope you enjoy the piece and keep all that in your hearts. Thank you so much.